of the questions that we're often asked is which programming languages should a developer use to create new abstracted business activities within AgilePoint so that we can bring in legacy and homegrown systems as a part of a modern composable application? And what if that system doesn't have an API? So AgilePoint is well known for its extensible architecture, and for the most part, your application development team will be working with features that we've been made available out of the box and compose the application with a drag and drop framework. However, your professional developers might use the low-code layer to extend the AgilePoint platform capabilities and add additional reusable assets using the Metadata IT Abstraction framework. So before I show you how this gets done, let's take a look at the high-level architecture of the AgilePoint platform. So taking a holistic view, there is an AgilePoint server which is multi-tenant ready and is running on top of SQL Server as AgilePoint's workflow database. Now bear in mind that an application database can be any number of existing databases. The platform itself uses .NET on the back end and is running on a Windows server. The entire functionality of the AgilePoint platform is exposed to the external world using a RESTful API, on top of which the Metadata IT Abstraction framework is sitting. Now, the users of the platform, whether they're citizen developers, professional developers, or business users, they're interacting with the app's UI layer, which is comprised of various modules, all of which are being rendered using HTML5, JavaScript, and React. But as we mentioned earlier, the metadata layer has more than 1,100 of these reusable IT assets, which you can drag, drop, and configure to compose your application. However, there are going to be times where you want to extend the platform. Your IT team, as an example, may want to bring in homegrown systems. And AgilePoint's engine provides us with that extension layer using a Visual Studio add-in, where I can create system activities, human actions, event layers, and even those custom AI control towers, all within a Visual Studio add-in, and make it available to the metadata layer. Now to show you how we do this, let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio. Okay, so now that we're in Visual Studio, we'll create a new project and search for all of the AgilePoint templates. So as you can see here, various ways that I can extend the AgilePoint platform. But for this video, let's go ahead and create an AgilePart, which is a system activity or a connector. Give this a name and click Create. Okay, I'm going to change my view to the Solution Explorer. Now what you're going to find here is the beauty of this approach is that a lot of the boilerplate templates and scaffolding has already been created on my behalf. So as an example, if I were to expand the Design Time view, you'll see here under Web UI, I can create my configuration dialog for the system activity. I can brand this and style it as per my liking. So as an example, here under HTML, you'll see some sample HTML already included. And I, of course, can also use JavaScript. Now from a runtime perspective, what we're going to see here is a number of areas where I can fill in the unique aspects of this particular system activity. So as an example, I can put my name in here, as well as my description. And the unique aspects of this particular integration are always going to be filled in here under the To-Do section. And lastly, once I'm happy with my new AgilePart, I can right-click the project name and create a deployment package, which I can then hand over to my admin to make this functionality available as a drag, drop, and composable experience.